We've looked at the moon for thousands of years. It's guided our calendars, shaped our tides, and sparked more myths than perhaps any other object in the sky. But there is one detail that still catches people off guard. We can only ever see one side of it. No matter where you stand on Earth, the face of the moon never changes. Those familiar craters and dark patches, the ones we've memorized since childhood, are always facing us. But what about the other side? The part that never looks back? It's not just poetic, it's real. The far side of the moon, often mistakenly called the dark side, remained hidden from humans until the 1960s. And even today, with high-resolution images and robotic missions, there is something about it that feels mysterious, maybe even a little eerie. Why do we never see it? What's actually out there? And why has it become such a magnet for conspiracy theories from secret bases to alien structures? In this video, we'll uncover the truth about the moon's far side. From the real physics behind its motion to the strange and fascinating discoveries made on the surface. We'll explore what's really lurking out of sight. Because the far side of the moon, it's not dark, it's just waiting. So why do we never see the far side of the moon? It's not because it's hiding or spinning weirdly or deliberately avoiding us. It's actually a perfectly natural phenomenon called tidal locking. And it's happening right before your eyes, every night. Here is how it works. The moon rotates on its axis, just like Earth does. But over billions of years, Earth's gravitational pull slowed down the moon's spin until it reached a point where its rotational speed matched its orbital speed. That means the moon takes just as long to spin once as it does to orbit Earth once. As a result, we always see the same face. Not because the moon isn't rotating, it is, but because it's rotating in perfect sync with how it moves around us. This might seem rare, but it's actually common in space. Many moons around Jupiter and Saturn are tidally locked to their planets too. And here is another twist. The far side isn't actually dark. It gets just as much sunlight as the near side. The only thing dark about it was our knowledge, until we finally sent cameras around the back to see for ourselves. It's a neat trick of celestial mechanics, and one that's given rise to decades of mystery. But that mystery is what keeps us looking up. Because knowing the moon keeps one side turned away from us isn't just a fact. It's an invitation. So if that's helped explain the lunar illusion, tap that like button and make sure you're subscribed for more deep dives into cosmic riddles just like this. Once we got our first look at the far side of the moon, one thing became immediately clear. It's nothing like the side we see from Earth. The near side, the one we are familiar with, is marked by smooth dark plains called maria. These were formed by ancient volcanic activity and they give the moon that familiar face we've all memorized. But the far side? It's rougher, more heavily cratered, and almost completely lacks those dark volcanic seas. So what's going on? One theory is that the moon's crust is thicker on the far side, which would have made it harder for molten lava to rise and form maria after ancient impacts. Why that happened is still debated. Another possibility, the near side's exposure to Earth's heat and gravity may have played a role in shaping these two hemispheres differently. But there is more. In 1959, the Soviet Lunar 3 spacecraft gave humanity its first grainy glimpse of the moon's hidden half. Since then, NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter and China's Chang'e 4 mission have mapped the far side in stunning detail. We've discovered massive impact basins like the South Pole Aitken Basin, one of the largest and oldest craters in the solar system. We found strange magnetic anomalies, rugged highlands, and regions rich in certain rare elements. In short, the far side isn't just different, it's a geological treasure chest waiting to be unlocked. And yet, despite all this data, it still feels alien. There is something unsettling about a landscape that we couldn't even see until recent decades. It's quiet, untouched, and just unfamiliar enough to make our minds wonder what else could be hiding in plain sight. So now let's talk about everybody's favorite, conspiracy theories. You knew this part was coming. The fact that we can't see the far side of the moon with our own eyes has fueled decades of speculation. And let's be honest, some truly bizarre conspiracy theories. The most common? That there is something hidden on the moon's far side, something governments or space agencies don't want us to see. Claims range from massive alien bases to ancient artificial structures to even secret lunar colonies operated by advanced civilizations or us. These theories aren't new. In the 1970s and 80s, after the Apollo missions had ended, a wave of UFO culture and government mistrust led some to question why the moon wasn't being explored further, especially the side we can't see. Add in the fact that early lunar images were grainy, low resolution and incomplete, and suddenly the shadows in the crater became proof of something more. One infamous theory claims that Apollo astronauts witnessed alien spacecraft on the moon but were ordered to stay quiet. Another suggests that NASA airbrushed buildings or towers out of early lunar photographs, something that's been debunked many times over by high-resolution imaging from modern probes. Even China's recent Chang'e 4 mission wasn't immune to wild speculation. Some viral posts claimed it found alien technology or photographed strange cube-shaped structures, which turned out to be nothing more than rocks casting unusual shadows. So why do these theories persist? Because the moon's far side is the perfect mystery canvas. We can't see it from Earth. It's rugged, alien-looking, and its silence feeds our curiosity. And frankly, in a universe filled with unknowns, sometimes a good story outpaces a simple explanation. But here is the truth. While the conspiracies aren't backed by real evidence, the far side is still a scientific mystery, one that has only recently started to be explored in detail. Which brings us to something real, confirmed, and historic. In 2019, China became the first country to land a spacecraft on the far side of the moon. So what did they actually find? On January 3rd, 2019, China did something no other nation had ever accomplished. It became the first to land a spacecraft on the far side of the moon. The mission, called Chang'e 4, named after the Chinese moon goddess, was a true technological achievement. Landing on the far side poses a major challenge. There is no direct line of communication with Earth. That side is always turned away, remember? To solve this, China launched a relay satellite into a special orbit that allows it to bounce signals between Earth and the lander. Chang'e 4 touched down in the von Karman crater, located within the massive South Pole Aitken Basin, one of the largest and oldest impact basins in the solar system. And what it found was quite fascinating. The lander carried a rover named U-22, or Jade Rabbit, which began exploring the surface. It analyzed lunar soil, measured radiation levels, and studied the mineral composition of the far side crust. What it found confirmed what previous orbiters had suggested. The far side is geologically distinct, richer in certain materials like olivine or pyroxene, clues that could help us better understand how the moon formed. It has also performed a small but symbolic experiment, attempting to grow plants in lunar soil, including cotton seeds inside a biosphere. One actually sprouted for a short time, before freezing in the moon's harsh conditions. Chang'e 4 didn't discover alien life or hidden bases, but it did make history, and it proved something important. The far side of the moon is no longer out of reach. Now that we've landed a robotic mission on the far side of the moon, the next question is obvious. Could humans ever land there too? Technically, yes, but practically, it's a whole different challenge. The biggest issue is communication. Since the far side of the moon never faces Earth, astronauts there would be completely out of direct contact. No live comms, no telemetry, no emergency signals. Unless a relay satellite is in place, just like China's system used for Chang'e 4. That means no mission to the far side would be possible without a reliable, always-on satellite network orbiting beyond the moon. Next is the terrain. The far side is rugged, cratered, mountainous, and uneven compared to the smooth lava plains on the near side. Landing a human crew safely would require precision navigation, and the equipment would need to be even more durable to handle the harsher surface. Lighting poses another issue. The moon's day and night cycles last about 14 Earth days each. Depending on where you land, a crew could face extreme cold or intense heat for days at a time, making habitat management and energy storage critical. Despite all this, NASA's Artemis program and other private ventures aren't ruling it out. While current missions are focused on the lunar South Pole, technically on the near side, they are building the tech and infrastructure that could one day take us further. And when we do go, it won't just be a milestone, it will be a full circle moment. Humanity finally setting foot on a world we've stared at for eons, but never fully seen. The far side of the moon has always been more than just a hidden hemisphere. For centuries, it was a symbol of the unknown, a blank slate in the sky where science, speculation, and imagination collided. Now we've seen it. We've mapped it, landed on it, and even roamed across its cratered surface with robotic explorers. And yet, the mystery isn't gone. Because while the conspiracies fade in the light of hard science, the deeper questions remain. Why is the moon so different on each side? What secrets lie buried beneath the ancient basins like the South Pole Aitken crater? And what role did this strange satellite play in the early evolution of Earth, and maybe even life itself? The far side reminds us that mystery doesn't always mean misinformation. Sometimes mystery is just science in progress. It's the space between what we know and what we could discover. So while there may be no alien bases and hidden cities and no shadow governments on the far side of the moon, there is something far more powerful. Discovery waiting to happen. And that, in the end, might be the most exciting truth of all. Thank you for watching. Keep looking up.